Okay, students, we'll start or continue with our unit on transportation. So, when you learned about in transportation, we told circulatory system main three divisions: heart, blood, and blood vessels. Already we finished with the heart. We talked about the structure of heart. We told internal structure, external structure, all about heart. Then now we will move towards the blood vessels. When we talk about blood vessels, there was a great scientist whom you have to remember. His name is William Harvey. Because he was the scientist who talked about this main blood circulation. So you have to underline his name on, I think, page number 54 somewhere. His name should be there. Okay, William Harvey. So remember, blood circulation, the scientist whom you have to remember is William Harvey. So now when we talk about circulation, yesterday we told it's a double circulation. If you remember, in the last class I talked about double circulation. Why it is double circulation? So now if you look to the board, you know our heart. There are total 4 chambers we told. Then we talked about left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. Alright, then we talked about the presence of the walls here. You should remember the names. And there are another 2 walls which are present at this origin. You all know the names of the 4 walls, everyone knows. If we talk about here, it is tricuspid, bicuspid. Then we have another one wall which is called right ventricle. That is which one? Which wall? It is pulmonary wall. Okay, pulmonary wall. And here it is systemic wall. Now from this, now you know blood as it is flowing, it will come first. And then it will flow from right atrium to right ventricle. From right ventricle it is going through this wall. To which part I know it is going to the lungs. Okay, because we told right side is which type of blood? Deoxygenated blood. So now from these lungs again it will come back to our left atrium. Understood? Because now it is oxygenated blood. Okay, oxygenated blood. Okay, so this oxygenated blood is coming to this left atrium. Then it will come to which ventricle? Left ventricle. From here it will go to the body parts. Okay, so now that means there are 2 circulation which is taking place in our one heart. 2 circulations are taking place. So it is called as a double circulation. So that means in heart, what is the type of circulation? It's a double circulation. Why double circulation? You can see there is one circulation which is like this. It's a circle here. Okay, and another one like we said, we have you say the passage of the charges, isn't it, in your physics, chemistry, physics. You have moving from positive to negative, isn't it? You draw a small circuit diagram, isn't it? It's called circuit diagram. So like that, there is a small circuit diagram which will show here one circulation is, this circulation is called pulmonary circulation. Okay, pulmonary, why the name pulmonary? Because here which organ is involved? Lungs. Here body parts are involved, so it is called as systemic circulation. So clear, 2 circulations are there, hence the circulation in heart, in human heart especially, or mammalian heart, it is which type of circulation? Double circulation. Follow double circulation, why it is double circulation? And who was the scientist who studied all about this is our William Harvey. So you have to remember this scientist. Then you have to come to page number 56. When you come to page number 56, you can see there are some figures there. When I talk about blood vessels, in the last class only I told you about the different 3 main types of blood vessels. Arteries, so once again blood vessels flow chart you can draw. Blood vessels, 3 types are there. Arteries, see the spellings, don't get confused with atrium, artery, baby. Arteries, veins and blood capillaries. Now when I say blood capillaries, Did you understand TS? Now here arteries are, whether it is TS or LS, it is TS. So if you look at the diagram there of artery and vein, you can see the difference. Main difference visually, what can you say? Who is having thick wall there? Arteries. Okay, arteries have thick wall. When you compare it with veins, they have which wall? Thin. So opposite of thick, thin. Alright, then the second point, these points of differences between arteries and veins also is important. So you have to keep wherever that diagram star mark, the differences between arteries and veins are important. 6 points of differences are there. So walls, you write it in your textbook, present. Walls are present in artery, absent in veins. Then capacity to retain shape. Capacity to retain shape means if blood is flowing, what will happen to the artery? They will remain same shape. It will not change because you know it's very thick wall. While veins are very thin wall, so shape will change. So it can't retain. So third point, arteries can retain its shape. Veins can't retain. Only write that main points there with pencil. Fourth one is direction of blood flow. Already this we told. From heart to body parts. Who are the heart to body parts? It is arteries. Correct now? This we told in last class. Arteries. And body parts to heart, it is veins. So you can write the direction. When you write about arteries, it carries blood from dash to dash. Heart to body parts or organs. Body parts means you can write, it can be organs also. Don't get confused. Both are same. Organs. Next to body parts or organs to heart, it is veins. Direction. Fifth one, pressure. Pressure is very high, low in arteries. Low. And in veins, it is high. So arteries means, remember, from heart to body parts. So when heart is pumping the blood, it will come into what? It will come into arteries. Okay. So arteries will take it to different organs. And from organs again it is coming back to the heart. But not by artery, it will be, who will bring it? Veins. Now type of blood. Type of blood transported means there are 2 types of blood, everyone knows. Oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Okay. Now arteries, remember, heart to body parts. Here body parts to heart. Now normally body part to heart. Correct. So now here we are talking about the type of the blood, whether it is bringing oxygenated or deoxygenated. If you just compare, arteries are bringing, see it is taking to body parts. So which type of blood it will be? Oxygenated. And body parts to heart means normally it is deoxygenated. Okay. But here in this artery, there is one special artery that is called as pulmonary artery. Which artery? Pulmonary. Here also there is one special, that is pulmonary veins. Okay. One special. One exception is there. Okay. Normal arteries carry which blood? Oxygenated blood. Normal veins carry deoxygenated blood. But this pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein, pulmonary arteries carry deoxygenated blood. Because it has to take to which organ? Lungs. You remember our heart? Pulmonary arteries carry which blood? Deoxygenated. This is an exception you have to remember. Here pulmonary vein is not carrying deoxygenated blood, but it is carrying oxygenated blood. From lungs it is coming back to heart, no? That is not deoxygenated, but it is oxygenated. Only this exception you remember. Clear? Normal arteries carry which blood? Normal oxygenated, very good. Okay, normal veins carry deoxygenated. But pulmonary artery carry dash blood. Deoxygenated. Pulmonary vein carry oxygen. So this difference with the table you have to learn. Now, this is all about pumping. Heart is working day in and day night. If your heart stops working, that means you are no more, you are dead. So heart is pumping in a very systematic manner, okay, sequential manner. Every heartbeat, you can feel your heartbeat. Okay, there will be so many movements. Every time heart beats at equal interval or gap. So that beat, that means one heart beat, there will be one contraction, and opposite of contraction, I think you know, one relaxation. Okay, one contraction, one relaxation equal to one heartbeat. So that means your one heartbeat is equal to one contraction and one relaxation. Now contraction is this, relaxation means like this, your heart will become like this. So one contraction, one relaxation equal to one heartbeat. So that means if you are getting a sound of heartbeat, there will be one contraction and one relaxation, and it is taking place in a cyclic manner. That cycle is called as a cardiac cycle. Okay, which cycle is called as a cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle means, now what is the definition of cardiac cycle is given, page number 57. One contraction, one second line, cardiac cycle, second line. One contraction, one relaxation of atria and ventricles is called one cardiac cycle. So when we are telling now about heart, in heart there are four chambers, you know, upper two atria, lower two ventricles. So one contraction, one relaxation of dash and dash, atria and ventricles is called as a which cycle? Cardiac cycle. So now this cycle is taking place in a very systematic manner. Okay. So now we will take the example with this duster. Okay. So suppose, imagine this to be your heart. So total how many chambers will be there? 4. Okay. Imagine this to be the upper two, that is atria, lower two, that is ventricles. So there will be one contraction, one relaxation of both atria and ventricles. That too in a systematic or in a periodic manner, that is called as cardiac cycle. So first imagine your heart, that is 4 chamber, is in which state? First this is in a relaxed state. Okay, everyone, 4 chambers are in relaxed state. After this what will happen is the upper 2 will contract, upper 2. Understood? Only upper 2. Upper 2 means it is atria. So there is contraction. So when there is contraction, what is there in this atria? Blood. So that blood will flow into the ventricles. Understood? It is pressing. So all the blood is going to flow into the respective ventricles. When I say respective, that means from our right, it will enter into right atria, blood will enter into right ventricle. From left atria, it will come into left ventricle. Okay, so first stage, all are in which state? Contracted state. Contracted, relaxed, all are relaxed. When I say all are relaxed, no, that means our atria and ventricles, all are relaxed. After that, first change will be dash are in contraction, atria. Atria is in contraction. Then what will happen? The blood is going to flow into right ventricle and left ventricle. Okay, so now as it is flowing, what will happen is, now where the blood has come, it has come into ventricles. So next stage, our ventricles will contract. And what about our atria? They will relax. See, okay, you have to just imagine and write in your own words, no need to get tensed. After this, now where will this blood go? The blood will come out, but you know here there are some blood vessels. Okay, left side which blood vessel is there? We told left side pulmonary. It is called systemic. Systemic artery is there, and this side pulmonary. Okay, you have not get confused. I wrote now right here first. So it is pulmonary artery. Correct now? Think properly. After pumping of this right and left ventricle, blood will enter into, from right it will go into the pulmonary artery, and from left it will go into the systemic artery. Alright, that means now blood, one cycle is over. again it will start. Okay, after that who will contract? Atria. After that ventricles. Alright, so when this flow is taking place, the first contraction, blood is entering into this ventricle. Now there will be two walls are there here. They are tricuspid and bicuspid. So after their work, what is their work? To send blood from right atria to right ventricle, left atria to left ventricle. What is their work? After blood is emptied, they will close. Okay, because it should not flow back. So our walls will close. And then you will get the sound, first sound, that is lub. Understood? The lub sound, you have heard lub and dub sound of heart. So this sound is coming mainly, two sounds are there. First sound is lub sound. So this lub sound is coming because of closing of which two walls? Tricuspid, bicuspid. It is closing. And why it is closing? To prevent the backflow. The next contraction of these ventricles. After they contract, there will be the sound of dub. Now this dub is because of closing of which walls? Systemic walls and pulmonary walls. Understood? Till now you knew that heart produces the sound lub and dub. But now you came to know that how this mechanism, lub and dub, how it is produced. Lub is because of closing of tricuspid and bicuspid. Dub is because of the closing of pulmonary walls and systemic walls. Followed, just like a story, you have to remember this which cycle? Cardiac cycle. When you write cardiac cycle, you have to go in stage wise. First write the definition of cardiac cycle, then you talk about the walls. First stage, all are in relaxed. Second stage, our atria is in contracted state. What about ventricles? Relaxed. Okay. After that, our atria will come to relaxation, ventricles will be contracted. Alright, then blood will enter into the respective arteries, all will be in dash state now, relaxed. But here it will stop, it will not stop, again it will continue, again same. Clear? So now you hope all of you have understood our cardiac cycle. Okay. So now remaining we will continue in the next class. So thank you everyone.